Okay, guys, go ahead and turn to page 80 in your workbook. Originally, we were taking notes in our notebook. Now I want us to go ahead and move into our book. Again, this lesson is only dedicated to making and creating compatible numbers, and you're going to be finding estimates. So in all honesty, today you're not going to even be doing real division. You're only going to be finding compatible numbers. And this is what we got going on right here. So the first one we originally have, again, you read it inside out. 154 is divided by 22. Okay, so they went ahead and just said, okay, well, if 22, let's look at 20. Let's change 22 to 20. So then I'm going to look right here. Obviously, 20 is not compatible with 15, or the number 2 is not compatible with 15, because 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times 8 is 16. So again, instead of being 154, they changed it to the 14 and the 16. So once again, 14 divided by 2 is 7. 1 0 minus 1 0 is no zeros. So here it again, it's 16 divided by 20. So again, we're looking at these two. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 1 0 minus 1 0 is nothing, or no zeros. Here, what can we make 68 to? So I would say 70, okay, for our first one. So what could I do? So 7 times what can get you close to 50? Well, 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. So both of those 7 times 8 and 7 times 7 are great. So maybe I just want to do 49 and do 490. So again, what's left? Again, thinking about your zeros, not thinking about your zeros. 49 divided by 7 is 7. 1 0 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, which means no zeros. So just like I said, could I have done 560 divided by 70? Absolutely. 56 divided by 7 is 8. Okay? Both of those work as well. Okay, so now let's look over here. We're looking at a lot bigger number here. So 80. Let's just look at 81. What can I make 81 that would be easy to work with? And that would be 80. Again, it's a nice even number. It ends with a 0. Okay, so now you got to think 8. Look at these two numbers. All right, so what can I get closest to 70 without going over? Well, 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 9 is 72. That would work, okay? Again, trying to make these so close and having as many zeros as possible, leaving me with really 72 minus 8. 72 divided by 8 is 9. So now here comes the pattern that I was talking about before. Here you've got 2 zeros minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So that's why my answer is 90. Okay, going back, I could make it 80 again and go a little bit farther down and make 6,400, leaving me with really 64 divided by 8 is 8. 2 zeros minus 1 0 is 1 0. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the top of 81. Same thing here. Got 19. Let's go ahead and make 19. Again, you can change it this way right here. I prefer doing it this way so you can do and look at your zeros. So what can I change? If I'm going to do 2, could I leave this as 22? Absolutely, I could leave this as 22. Okay, but again, I'm trying to make as many zeros as possible. Okay, I could have this as 220. Yeah, but couldn't it even be like this? Sure I could. 200 divided by 20. Right here, how many times can 20 go into 20? Once. How many times does 20 go into 0? 0. Right here, 20 divided by 2 is, or excuse me, Yes, 20 divided by 2 is 10. If I were to do 20, 1 0 minus 1 0 is no zeros. Right here. Now you can always just disregard that, okay? So what can I make 25 to? I could go to 20 or I could go to 30. Either one is absolutely okay. Okay, so I'm going to do this on a piece of paper so you can kind of see. So if I were to change this to 30, what could I change this to? Looking at my 3, keeping in mind what my 3 is. Okay, so you got to think, can I go into 59? No. Can 3 go into 6? Yeah, make that 600. Again, then looking at it this way, 600 divided by 30. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 zeros minus 1 0. So what's 2 minus 1? 1 0. I could have done it up here the long way. 30 goes into 60 2 times. 2 times 30 is 60. How many times can 30 go into 0? 0. Again, making it compatible. Making and figuring out stuff that works together. Here, okay, this is another one. What can I change my 86 to? I could go up to 90. Okay, I could go down to 80, either one. So I'll do 2 of them. Again, I like doing it this way, so I'm going to do 90. So now I've got this 9. 9 times something cannot make 71. 9 times 7 makes 63. 9 times 8 is 72. There's my 72. So again, 72 divided by 9 is 8. There's 2 zeros and 1 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. Again, I'm going to come up here and write it and say, instead of changing 86 to 90, could I have just done it as 80? Sure. Again, 80 can't make 71. Excuse me, 8 can't make 71. 8 times 6 is 63. Excuse me, 64. 8 times 9 is 72. So again, I can still do 7,200 or 7,200. Again, 72 divided by 8 is 9. 2 zeros minus 1 0 is 1. Very simple. All right, so let's turn and look at page 82. Doing some more problems together before we look at some gold pages. Okay, number 18 says, a meteoroid travels 18 miles per second and is 2,863 miles away from the moon. Estimate how long it will take the meteor to reach the moon. So it's going per second, and it's that many miles per second. So, again, I apologize for how bad this is going to look. So it's 2,863 divided by 18. Again, what can I change my 18 to? Let's just look at it simply 20. Super close to 20. Can 2 make 28? Well, yes, it could. Could this go up? And could this make what? Instead of being 200 and 2,800, can that be close to 3,000? Can 30 be divided by 2? How many times? 15. Here's my 2 zeros minus 1 0 is 1 0. Could I have left it as 2,800 divided by 20? Sure. 28 divided by 2 is, let's see, that is 19 times 2, 8. It's 30, so that's 14. 28 divided by 2 is 14. 2 zeros minus 1 0 is 1 0. What are my options here? I did 2 different estimates, and I came up with 140 and 150. So my only option is going to be 150. Okay. Playground is 5,583 feet away from Jake's house. Jake runs 15 feet per second. What's the best estimate of the amount? All right, so look, all they're wanting is the formula. So let's look. So 5,583 divided by 17. Okay, let's look. So my problem is, what do I want to change first? I'm trying to look at my dividend first. Change that to 20. It's pretty easy. So then if I want to do that to 20, because look at your options. Your options are 20 and 10. What is 17 closer to, 20 or 10? It's definitely going to be 20. So you can go ahead and automatically mark that out. So then you just look here and you look. Can 5 be divided by 2 evenly, or 6 be divided by 2 evenly? 5 divided by 2 is not simple because it's 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. Oh, wait, look. Right here. Again, you had 3 zeros minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. That's where they got the 2 zeros. Okay, again, compatible numbers. All right, number 20. An orchard. At an orchard, 486 green apples are to be organized in 12 different green baskets. And so 486, we're going to be divided in, it was going to be organized into 12 baskets. 633, we're going to be organized into 31 red baskets. Use estimation to decide which color basket has more apples. Okay, so this is going to be my green and this is going to be my red. All right, so let's look at my green first. What can I make my 12 into? Okay, make it a 10. So then 10, or really this right here, can 10 make 40? Excuse me, 480 or 48? It could. You can also even say that could be, look at the number 486. Could I divide that and make that, or excuse me, estimate that and make that a 500? Sure I could. So what's 5 divided by 1? 5. 2 zeros minus 1 zero is 2 zeros minus 1 zero is 1 0. Okay. Here, changing my 31 to probably 30. So then this, can 3 make 6? Yes, it can. So go ahead and do 600. Okay, so we've got 6 divided by 30, or excuse me, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 zeros minus 1 0 is 1 0. So looking at this, going back, use estimation to decide which color basket has more. Which color basket has more, green or red? And it's green. And how many apples are in there? Green wins 50. Green wins 50. Okay, so again, looking at how I did that, making sure both of these need to be written. This needs to be written. This needs to be written. Even so much so under the 2 and the 1. I've gotten the 2 and the 1 to remind yourself what you're doing here. Those need to be written, just like I've written. Okay, we're almost done. Onik built a tower of cubes. It was 594 millimeters tall. The height of each cube was 17 millimeters. About how many cubes did Anik use? Okay.